This is Dr. Naidu from Northwest Alabama Leg Pain Center. And today we have a great case. It's an elderly gentleman who complained of not being able to walk and do his daily activities because of leg pain and leg heaviness. This is a symptom that we see very commonly in people. They complain of things like heaviness in their legs, that their legs feel like they have cement on them. They're unable to sit for long periods of time, taking car rides and things like that. Sometimes they're unable to do simple tasks like walk around Walmart because their legs are so heavy. They'll have to lean on the cart to rest. They avoid taking stairs, things like that. So when he came, we evaluated him. We found out that he had something called deep venous compression. And what does that mean? It means that when blood is coming back to your heart in your deep veins, your common iliac veins, they enter your pelvis area. What also enters the pelvis area is blood coming from your heart to your legs, or your arterial supply. Sometimes the arteries, which have a higher blood pressure, will sit on top of the veins and compress the vein. I wanted to show you this case because it was just a great example of this. If you are able to see this, we come into the patient's common femoral veins in the pelvis and we inject dye. The dye should go back to the heart. And what you're seeing in this patient clearly is when we inject the dye, some of it is coming in the opposite direction. The reason for that is because the patient has compression here, and it's very hard for the blood to flow directly back to the heart. So what this patient has actually done is created collateral flow. And you can see blood flow going from the left leg here to the right leg in an attempt to have an easier pathway to get back to the heart. You can imagine if you are having problems getting blood flow back to your heart, this can cause a feeling of heaviness down in your legs. Once we investigate the issue with contrast dye, we also put an ultrasound probe within the vein to measure how big the vein is and how much the compression is. When you see here, here's the ultrasound probe in the vein. This is what the normal vein should look like. And then as it gets compressed, again, you see that the vein is much smaller, it's compressed. And this is where the patient is having a problem getting blood flow back to the heart. This was one leg, and we'll show you the other leg as well, because it's quite dramatic. So here is what we measured as the reference vessel on the left side. If you see this here, it just completely collapses. And you can see, especially right here, there's just a very, very small area for the patient to have blood flow back to their heart. This is actually very severe stenosis, almost greater than 80%. We went ahead and 2 stents were placed. And now again, we're looking at ultrasound images within the patient's vein. So here we see the beginning of the stent. And as you can see here now, this is a wide open area. It's not compromised any further. So blood flow back to the heart will be much easier. And that's the stent all the way through. You see there's no impingement in that area. That was the right side, and now the left side again, which was greater than 80% stenosis here. Again, here's the stent on the left side, wide open. I don't know if you remember last time, it was a very small area, and now the patient has a much better pathway of getting blood back to their heart and has great hopes of having the problems in their legs resolve. That's our case for today. Venous compression, an excellent example. I hope you find this useful. If you know patients or if you know people that have this problem, we would love to help them. If you like the content of this video, please tune into our YouTube channel and see what else we have to offer. Have a great day.